That's it. Perfect timing.
That is awesome. Worldwide shipping is available on this cream puffer. What a great day to be alive. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Runs hard. Wow. Outstanding. So grab your cup of Joe and let's go.
I'll eat that too. I'm a fat kid.
All right, we got the whole team here. We're going to do a buy that's very close. And the reason Connor's going is because he only likes to do things that are close in proximity. He gets scared when he leaves his house. Not really, but he likes to do things that are close by. We got a good one today. So last week when we were up in Connecticut, or 2 weeks ago, maybe it was last week, we were rescuing that sports roof. There was a 79 F-150 four-wheel drive truck in that purplish color, which I think Ford calls maroon. And it reminded me of the one that was sitting in McKinney. So episode 155, again, is almost 4 years ago. I contacted the guy. We bought a Mustang Fastback, and we bought a Falcon that looked like a Thunderbolt race car. Remember that? He said, yeah, I still have it. I said, has it moved? He goes, no. I said, would you sell it? He goes, yeah. He goes, you made me a pretty strong offer on that last time. I said, well, what would you take? He goes, actually, if you'll come get it, I'll take less than that. So this is an incredibly special Ford truck. I've thought about it quite a few times. Alex and I talked about it a couple of times because you rarely see a Flareside. So out of the 985,000 Ford trucks, there was only 7,956-ish Flaresides. But this one is one in a million. So grab your cup of Joe and let's go. How you doing, sir? Look, this morning it's been 4 years. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I had. I'll tell you what, that I was just a child at the time.
I guess we were too. In fact, these two are, he's almost married, and he's married with a child now. And there's James and Connor.
How are you? How's it going?
We've all lost weight since then. I brought too many people just in case. Is it still in the same spot?
Yeah, it says you can see it right through there. Y'all want to circle around that way, or however you want to come in this place?
We're just going to walk and look and see what we think.
Yeah, we got some more guns.
Okay, why are we here?
I don't know.
We made 985,000 trucks in 1979, Ford did. So let's just call it a million. I mean, that's impressive. Now, this is a Flareside. That's what Ford called a step side.
Yep.
They only made 7,900 of them. It's purple.
James's favorite color.
Is it supposed to be purple?
No, the color code is maroon, but the truck that we saw in Connecticut was purple too, I believe. So I don't know how to explain that. These painted mirrors are part of what was called the freewheeling package. The painted bumpers were actually part of the freewheeling package. You know that, Alex?
Yes.
And that push bar
Yeah, I saw this.
is actually factory.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, talk about a cool truck. What do we got?
So you can see kind of the original color on the firewall.
Yeah, so it's maroon.
Like maroon metallic or whatever Ford called it.
Power steering, power brakes.
Okay.
351.
2-barrel.
4-wheel drive F-150.
That's cool.
But having a Flareside with all these options, 4-wheel drive, factory rear slider,
Pretty cool.
automatic, flat tire. That almost opened. Thought about it.
This back tire over here is off the ground.
Ranger package. Did you notice that, Alex?
Oh no.
This is a crazy high option truck. Well, whether we can get it in or out, I'm going to buy it anyways. So we're going to struggle with that.
Yeah.
Can I get you paid?
Sure.
Get you paid, get a title, and these guys are going to figure out how to fight it.
10-4.
I'll watch out.
All right, Alex, here's a little backstory. He and his son bought this thing back in around 2000 from Eagle Transmissions because the previous owner had taken it in to have the transmission rebuilt and the transfer case resealed, which they did. When they bought it, it ran and drove. They ended up getting an Eagle because the bill was so high the guy couldn't afford to pay it. He said the last time that he had it running, The motor ran fine, transmission worked, everything was going, but the carburetor had a problem, so that one looks fairly clean to me.
Sweet.
Cool.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks,
So I
babe.
think this thing will run and drive. Just gonna give that to Connor? Lizard?
Yeah.
Connor, go ahead and put that in the passenger seat, son.
Look at all that work, son. Get it, boy.
He's gonna install it later.
Is it stuck?
We're
No,
unsure.
we were waiting on you to press the button.
Build tag decal?
Sweet.
So
It's fairly
I
nice
was looking
inside.
underneath it when I was strapping it to the winch. I noticed something that I've only seen on stroke Broncos. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know where you're going with it. Please tell me it has it.
It does. It's got quad shocks in front, which was super rare, and not very many people ordered that.
They still there? Obviously.
Yes.
So
Which is
it
cool.
was definitely a special order truck.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, we chased this stuff all over the place. I don't ever remember even seeing one with this many options.
I didn't think I
Painted bumpers, painted brush guard, painted mirrors, all to match what left the factory. And this one had that crazy wild stripe kit, which I've seen on the
yeah.
fleet sides
Yeah.
because it was the freewheeling A package, because you know that because it's got that. I don't think I've ever seen it on a Flareside. So I mean, this was a wild truck when it was new. Pretty cool, huh, James?
I really do like this
That's
truck
why we're
a
here.
lot. The cab lights are crazy on it too. I like that.
That's awesome. It's got quad shocks.
Yeah.
So when we started the video, I said 1 in a million. This is a one-off special ordered truck with these options. They made one of them. That's 1 in a million. That's pretty incredible. This truck deserves to be, it needs to be restored. However, it's pretty cool looking the way it is.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody did the mechanicals and drove it. Even if you showed up at a major truck event, people would be like, man, I've never seen one of those. We probably never will because there was only one of them.
It's it.
Yep.
That's the only one.
That's it. Perfect timing. Auto defloat mode. Defloat?
Deflate. Yeah, no kidding. I'm hot. I'm tired. Leave me alone. I'm old. That's pretty good timing.
So it's got a, looks like a 350-to-1 posi, Alex. I don't know, I mean the four-wheel drives a lot of times are limited slips or posi.
Yep.
This thing would be pretty hairy to drive like that. Transmission code's a K, C6, but I think that's the one, like you're saying, was with a heavy-duty output shaft because it's four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
You know, like we refer to the Turbo 400s and the Jeeps, that's KK's Turbo 400s because they came in the K-Series Blazers. They're heavy-duty cases.
Yeah, they're bigger.
I think this is a heavy-duty case C6, but maroon, and it is H code 351 two-barrel, but this is literally 1 in a million truck. Special ordered. That's cool. Now let's go see what he recommends for food. Well, before we go eat, specifically today, it's just gonna be a big meal. I like to take my Timeline longevity gummies. You can take them on an empty stomach, you can take them on a full stomach. I like to take them on an empty stomach, get my stomach ready for a full stomach. These things are great for energy. You gotta try them. Now, what they do for you is they help you with your mitochondria. The mitochondria, again, is the powerhouse of the cell where our bodies are producing energy. In order for you to get this much urolithin A, you would have to drink about 6 glasses of pomegranate. But not everybody can convert the pomegranate, maybe only about 40%, but you're gonna convert this. Problem is about 70% of us don't have the right bacteria to naturally produce urolithin A, regardless of how many pomegranates we eat, which is where Timeline comes in. It's much better than drinking 7 glasses of pomegranates. If you guys want to save on Timeline gummies, if you've been feeling like you've been losing energy or want to slow down signs of aging, try these MitoPure gummies for free using code GummiesGift. Gotta try them. Well, the team was a little bit apprehensive and kind of upset because we're so close to Linky's.
I just go to IHOP because there's no mom and pop place, you know.
IHOP's a hard no because we don't go to chain restaurants. They were kind of like, come on, Dennis, let's go to Linky's, because everybody at the shop, this is our favorite place. So we're at Linky's. You can't beat it. Without a doubt, the best rib in the world, right, Junior? Look at this. Look at this. Would you just look at that?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at that.
And if you tell that to the cops,
Look at that.
they're not going to.
It's unbelievable. You don't get any better than that.
No, you don't. We rarely show a restaurant more than once, but we're going to be showing Linky's for the next 10 years. This is absolutely unbelievable. This is a mixture of moist, dry brisket, and some burnt ends. Sorry guys, I got to do it.
Get in there.
That's right. It's so good. Ow. Now we may have too much. Oh well.
How is it?
Outstanding. It's the best, isn't it? Best of the best. The rest. Outstanding, right guys?
So, as always,
It's the best barbecue in the world, period. Bar none.
No competition.
You know, this is a great day to spend time with you guys. It wasn't that hard of a coffee walk, but it's absolutely a great find. We get back to the shop. Alex is gonna do a walk around, show you how special that truck is. It's a neat day, great food. Love you guys.
Thanks.
All right, back to Wylie.
We're in Wylie.
Yeah. All right, Alex, you're the date code reader of the tires. Is that 94?
I would believe so, yes.
Okay. So we've got 1994 date coded tires and a 2000 registration. We're gonna get this off. I think we've got a set of 79 wheels that came off Ford Ranger truck that we rescued with those Strop Broncos. Let's see if it's still back there. First off, it's got 35s, which are too big. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
So 33 1250 15s. Let's see what we got for wheels. So we call this using back. We're using stuff back that we got from somewhere else. There's trim ring. And there they are. Yep. So the Ford wheels, and they were for four-wheel drive as well, are very similar to the CJ wheels. That is the correct set of wheels for that truck off of 79. However, this should be white. We're not taking time to paint them white, but we at least have these on. The set of wheels and tires that'll hold air. Clean the chassis. We'll do a walk around this afternoon and show you just how special this truck is. What a great find, 1 in a million. What a cool truck. I've actually never seen one, which is crazy because I've done this pretty much my whole life, over 40 years. Now, how did we get to 1 in a million? Well, there was 985,000 F-Series trucks built in 1979. 156,000 of those were 4x4 regular cabs. 7,596 of those were Flaresides, which is Ford's term for step side. So we're already getting down to a really rare truck. And this is a short bed Flareside, not a long bed Flareside. 4,900 of those came with a 351 two barrel. You know, you could have gotten the 6-cylinder, the 302, the 351. 3,243 of those trucks had the C6 automatic, and only 268 of those were painted maroon metallic. 6 of those maroon metallic trucks had black cloth vinyl Ranger bench seat, and only 5 of those had the freewheeling package. I've asked some of my friends who are really, really into trucks. They said they have never seen a short bed, Flareside, 4-wheel drive Ranger with that stripe package. And only 1 of those had the quad front shocks. What an incredibly rare truck. Now, painted mirrors on this truck from the factory. Now granted, they should be maroon. Painted bumper, blacked out grille. When we picked up the truck, it had centerline alloy wheels on it. We just so happened from our Strop Bronco rescue in that package from Odessa, Texas. These are the wheels and tires off that. So you got the right date-coded 1979 wheels for this truck, and we put some 33-inch BFGs on it because it had 35s on those 12-inch wide center lines. They were too tall and too wide. Nevertheless, this is the correct wheel for this truck. However, this truck left the factory. These wheels would have been white. These are silver now. That's cool we had these. It's a big addition. This truck also left the factory with a slide-out rear spare. I would show you that, but it's missing. It's also missing the rear bumper. Other than that, remarkably complete, solid, straight. It's had some patches in the bed. It's been in Texas most of its life. We tracked it back to 1996. We did sink in the bottom. The frame is good. We did not attempt to get it running, and why? We've got so many projects that are like 70%, 80%, 90% done. We just can't take on another one. But again, I talked to a couple of my guys that are gurus in the truck business like Dennis. That is a really, really rare truck. Another thing to point out, rear sliding windows an option. Hard to open doors an option. Very funny. We've got the original door warranty tag on the truck. Original door warranty tag on the truck. And of course, I think we showed this already, but the original build decal on here. The truck was built in 10 of 78 as of 1979. Now, when they bought this truck, the transmission had been rebuilt, the transfer case had been resealed, so they feel like that's good. He said it did run and the motor was good. It's a 351 2-barrel. He said the carburetor was the problem. Normally, if we had time, we throw a carburetor on there, a battery in there, do an external fuel source and see if it'll run. But the question is, do you do mechanical service on this truck and drive it like it is because it's incredibly cool and you rarely, if ever, will see one, or you blow it apart for restoration? I think either way, this truck is definitely worth it. A rare, holy grail, four-wheel drive, one-off, 79 Ranger. Let us know in the comments section what you guys would do with it. And if you've seen one with that stripe kit, the freewheeling stripe kit on a short bed, Flareside, send us some pictures. What happened to the Jaguars we got from JD?
I don't know.
You saw those, they were completely blown apart. Now they're not. So here's the 12-cylinder car. Motor and transmission are back in the car is assembled. And here's the 6-cylinder car. Everything was stacked all over this car. It's back together, and we actually have this car running. So, although we didn't do full restorations and full mechanical service on it, I think we did these cars a lot of justice already in the last couple of weeks. Now they're easy to transport, they're back together, and this car runs. This is a light project. Now the 12-cylinder car is missing quite a few things off the motor, but the motor and transmission are back in it. Interior is actually quite tidy on this car, to use a British term. So from sitting in that warehouse with stuff piled all over it since 2012 to back here at Collins Brothers, cleaned inside and out, motor back together and running. And the 12-cylinder car is back together, ready to ship. What I really like about this car is they did the Series 1 headlight conversion. We hit on that just a little bit. It needs to be finished up. But this is going to look like a Series 1 car, even though it's a Series 2 car. I love the closed headlights. And actually, what I really like about the 12-cylinder cars, I love the steel wheels. So there's 2 back rescued. Rescue 3. If we had time to get it running and driving, it will. I don't know. Flareside, black tape stripes, ammeter and oil pressure gauge, sliding rear window, L7815C all-terrain raised white letter tires, slide-out spare tire carrier. Google that and watch what it takes to use that. It's quite the engineering feat. It's really cool. Leather-wrapped steering wheel, painted low-mount western mirrors, freewheeling package A, which I've described a couple times, front push bar. Try to find one of these. How cool is that? AM radio, heavy-duty 68-amp battery, white styled steel wheels. These are the correct day-coded style steel wheels off another 79 Ranger. These are silver, they should be white. Heavy-duty rear shocks and quad front shocks, and of course the Ranger package. So there you have it. Hope somebody really appreciates that. If you want it as is, hit us up at social@cbjeep.com.
As always, please
Like, tag,
Share and follow.
and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next week.